ex cheated and left me for her soulmate. Now she's getting her karma.
Karma's a witch.
My ex, 29 female, and I, 29 male, met in college in 2013. I was 22 and she was 21. We became fast friends and eventually developed feelings for each other. We became a couple a year later, and it was a great relationship. I don't regret it. By the way, this comes from Main Potential 7327, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, in 2016, I was home when she called saying she was outside and that we needed to talk. I went outside and saw that she was crying in her car. I went up to her and asked what was wrong. She confessed that she cheated on me. I was shocked, hurt, and teared up. She said we needed to break up because I deserved better than her and that she had developed feelings for the affair partner. I warned her about rushing into something with someone else and that a relationship that begins by cheating usually ends badly. After we finished talking, I walked back to my house, but before I went in, I turned around to see her one more time. She was still crying. Once I went inside, she posted on social media saying, I wish I could just disappear, with a crying emoji. I proceeded to remove her from social media after that. As I was mourning the end of my relationship, I also thought about how her new relationship would blow up in her face. 2 years went by. During that time, she tried reaching out to me multiple times. She asked how I was doing, sent I'm sorry messages and are you okay? I never responded. I didn't block her because I was waiting for her when her relationship blew up. Friends and family actually saw her during those 2 years, and they all said the same thing. She looked miserable. And when she saw them, she would run up and ask how I was doing, begging them to tell me that she would never stop being sorry. In 2018, she messaged me asking to meet up because she wanted to talk. I knew the day had arrived. I met her at a diner. I live in New Jersey. And she was miserable. She looked like she had been crying before we met up. When she saw me, she gave a weak hi, and I gave her a cold one. This surprised her, and she got teary-eyed. I asked her what she wanted to talk about. She said that she and affair partner broke up 2 weeks ago and admitted that the relationship with him was horrible. It turned out he was a self-absorbed person who emotionally mistreated her. Wow. She showed me texts that were full of, no one will ever love you like me, and you're ugly. He had broken up with her by text. She also admitted that the guilt of what she did to me never went away, and that I was right. She then noticed my emotionless expression and turned away, saying, you used to be so happy and silly. It hurts seeing you like this, and I know it's my fault because of my bad, selfish, and dumb decisions. She went on to say, I'm sorry for everything. I thought about you every day for the past 2 years. She said that not only did she ruin us, but she lost her best friend. You were my best friend and I ruined that. She started crying again, saying, I'm not here to get back together because I don't deserve that and I have no right to ask that. I told her it's true that you don't deserve me. They got quiet and she turned away again. She said that she missed me and that she had missed me for 2 years. Then she asked me to be friends again. I told her I couldn't promise anything. She started crying and I left the diner. As I was walking out, I turned over and she was still crying. History repeating itself. After I got home, she messaged me saying, if we become friends again, I'll work my butt off to earn back your trust. And if not, please know I'll always be sorry for everything. A year later in 2019, I bumped into her while buying lunch. We caught up, but I wasn't as cold as before. I'll admit I'm a little embarrassed about what I did next. I offered her a friends with benefits arrangement and she accepted OP. The friends with benefits lasted for a few months. When I look back, I think I did it for closure and to show her what she was missing. I ended it because I felt that I got my closure. She was disappointed but also understood. A few months later, she started seeing someone new, and they dated until early 2020 before the pandemic hit. She showed up to my home unannounced and revealed to me that the new guy cheated on her with multiple women and actually blamed her for the cheating. Just like affair partner, the new guy broke up with her by text. Girl,
Bro.
you need to take some time apart, go to therapy, figure out what is going on with you.
We do not want to keep using OP as a default, though, for all of this.
Oh, yeah, OP, remember, she's literally coming back to you whenever she doesn't have anyone.
Yeah,
And that's bad.
that is bad. Not good.
She said how much she hated herself for what she did to me. But now she understood how I felt. I gave her a hug and told her to take these lessons and never forget them. She thanked me and left. I heard she's in individual counseling and remains single by choice. Good idea.
Woo!
I saw her mother recently and she informed me. As for me, I'm single, working on myself, getting into shape, working in psychology. Guess what inspired me? Comment 1. She just broke up with her affair partner and hasn't even been alone a few weeks and she wants to monkey branch back to you? Run away. You don't need a friend like that. She's hoping to manipulate you into giving her what she wants without actually having to face herself or become a healthy person. Do not engage. And there is an update, but do you have any thought?
Boo!
Boo!
We gotta ignore if your ex is coming back after multiple years just because someone broke up with her all of a sudden. Like, if that's so lame.
So lame.
So lame way to try
Big
to
old
get someone
lame.
back.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it, people.
Do not fall for it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's a trick. It's a trap.
Such a big trap, man. But there is an update. Last month, something happened that made me think. Uh-oh. My ex left me this message. Hey, OP. I know this is a shock to hear from me, but I want to get this off my chest. I felt guilty for cheating on you with a affair partner 5 years ago. I left you for him, but part of me didn't love you anymore regardless. But it still wasn't right of me to leave you for someone else. I've learned my lesson not to put someone through that type of pain that I did to you. 5 years later, I still carry that part of pain with me, and I'll never forgive myself for the effed up situation. I definitely don't give a crap about a affair partner anymore because of how much of a self-absorbed a-hole he really is. You can find someone better than me. Our relationship was wonderful. You were good to me, and at the end, I treated you like crap. You didn't deserve that at all. And my relationship with affair partner started off good until I saw the real truth in him and the red flags that I didn't realize until after our relationship. I feel guilty for hurting you during me and affair partner's relationship. I miss our friendship a lot. When I saw you for the first time in 2 years, I said to myself, he's so not going to forgive me for the crap I put him through. And I'm going to be lady enough to apologize for the way I hurt him. And I would never ask him to take me back because that's not the way to handle crap at all. I will always care about you and I will always be sorry for everything I've done. I hope I can see you again one day. I was speechless at first, but then I just messaged, thank you, and left it at that. Comment, notice how she repeatedly said it was only after she realized the other guys sucked that she felt bad about it.
Yeah.
That sounds like she would still be fine with it if he hadn't turned out to be what he was all along. Beyond that, this message doesn't serve to apologize to you. Instead, to ease her own discomfort and attempt to draw more from you. Update 2. It's been a while. I'm happy to say that I haven't seen my ex in 2 years and things are going really well. Since I last posted, I was in a relationship that ended 7 months ago, but at least that breakup was mutual. Also, I'm no longer scrawny. Finally got some muscle on me. Nice, OP. By the way, you can get some muscle on your brain if you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio to do some reps for your mind.
That's right.
We've got a little bit left, though. Any final thoughts?
Those are my thoughts.
Big time ugh.
That's just so annoying.
So annoying.
There's so many different ways.
Yeah.
Literally just block her. If you were to say anything, I feel like the things that would mess with her the most is if you like don't respond or if you just say like okay or something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe just don't respond. That's the best way to do it. Don't give her any closure from that. I know you said thank you, so it's too late, but don't.
But after that, you're done. Block her. Block her.
She's gonna keep
Stop
coming
talking
back
to your ex. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing. I was reflecting today about when I met my ex at the diner back in 2018. She was telling me how she didn't realize that she was also emotionally cheating on me until years later. She told me that it made her feel even worse because she didn't know what emotional cheating was at the time, and she thought infidelity was only physical. It actually made me wonder if there are a lot of people that don't really know that they're emotionally cheating. In the end, cheating ruins the cheater and the victim. Never cheat. It usually is never worth it.
Keyword usually.
Yeah. Dang, man. Wow. That is the end of that story.
My wife cheated on me with her boss even though our life was perfect.
Well, it ain't perfect no more.
My wife, 36 female, and I, 34 male, have our 7th wedding anniversary coming up in less than 2 weeks. We've been together for more than 10 years with no history of fighting or separation. Pure bliss for me. Laughs, family trips, growing businesses, yard projects, 2 beautiful young boys. By the way, this comes from San Fran Ganga, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Keon, dressed up as Lilo.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We're just going to guess what we would do in this situation, but let us know what you would do in the comments. So, OP says, this past year, my wife interviewed at a highly respected long-term care facility and was offered a high position by the guy who is now her boss. Since taking the job, she has talked very highly of this man and his focus on family, success, and how he believes in her ability to succeed at the company. Fast forward a few months, and there I sit, incredibly suspicious out of recent out-of-character actions. While this new role brings some out-of-office activities like golf and fundraisers, some of the stuff just stunk. Over time, my intuition was screaming that something was wrong. There was a night when I found myself pacing the house in terror that something had happened to my wife while she was out for drinks and dinner with coworkers after a golf tournament. At one point, she said she would be home in an hour, and that came and went. Then another hour, then a third. We share our locations on our iPhones because we have 2 little boys and figured it couldn't hurt to know each other's whereabouts. Her location was stuck in the same place on the side of a busy road, nowhere near where she said she was going. Her phone kept going to voicemail. Finally, she called to say that she was on her way home. I told her how terrified I was, and she explained that her phone had no battery and she was in a coworker's car without a charger. I attributed it to the new job and her efforts to fit into the social scene. Her story added up for the most part. The road where her last location was shared wound up being on the way to the restaurant they were supposedly at. Still, this disconnected behavior had never happened before. Fast forward a couple of months, my wife has become obsessed with her workouts, her weight, and wanting a bigger chest. Her morning routine in the bathroom has become longer and longer. My wife is far more fit than your average gym goer. She's absolutely gorgeous. A day came in early August when she invited her boss and some coworkers over to our house for daytime drinks. I thought to myself, I finally get to meet this amazing boss. They arrived, and that's when everything hit me. This guy, while much older than me, is handsome for his age, almost 60, but somehow incredibly awkward.
Oh.
Not once did he look me in the eye, and when I shook his hand, it was soaked with sweat. That's when my intuition screamed again, steering my suspicions towards him. He didn't stay long and barely interacted with my wife. He asked me what high school I went to while looking in another direction. He drank an adult soda and left. In the days leading up to the morning race, my wife had been talking about getting drinks with her friend later that night to celebrate a birthday. When her coworker left for the day, she decided she was going to go. She went upstairs, dolled herself up, and came down looking awesome. She kissed me goodbye and left for a bar on the east side of town. Less than an hour went by, and I thought it was weird that she never texted to let me know she got there. I pulled up her location to see that she made it okay, and to my utter confusion, her location was showing at work. Not exactly the office she works at, but a building tucked away across the street from her main building. One she's never mentioned working in. She came home not long after, awkwardly over-smiling as she greeted me on the couch. She was gone for about an hour max. She kept telling me how much she loved me. She hopped on top of me, and we made love. For a split second, I thought, is it possible she was just with someone else less than 10 minutes ago?
You're right.
No way. I convinced myself she parked there to make a call or something. Over the next few weeks, things seemed fine, and I somehow put the parking lot incident in the back of my mind. Our sons had been going to summer camp, surprisingly enough, on the campus where she works. Some intense issues at her job either required me to pick up the kids or she'd have coworkers, guess who, watch them for a few minutes. I learned of many times that her boss had my kids in his office, giving them snacks and letting them play on his computer. They actually got to know him. We took a week away at the beach with the wife's family. Every day was on the beach, taking the kids on bike rides. It was pretty good. We both jumped back into a hectic work week, starting with my wife asking if I could pick up the kids midweek so she could go out with coworkers. I was thrown off because it was our eldest son's first day of kindergarten and we had just returned from vacation. She said one of her female coworkers was having a tough time in a divorce and wanted to organize a little golf outing followed by dinner to catch the first preseason football game. During the week at the beach, this plan also included her female coworker grabbing a hotel because she lives far away. My wife said she was thinking about catching up with her there before golf because of the rough stuff that she was going through. I thought this was really strange, but kept my thoughts inside. I agreed to pick up our kids. Keep in mind, I pick my kids up at the after-school program at my wife's place of work. I work 40 minutes away, so it was inconvenient given that I'd have to leave my business early to get the kids. The day came. We took pictures that morning for our son's first day of kindergarten together. We walked him down together, but she was rushing because she didn't want to be late for work. She's usually so invested in stuff like this. Later in the day, I barely got out of my business in time for the 45-minute drive to get the kids. There was a road closure and heavy traffic. I was running late. Everything was against me. As I sat in traffic, my mind started racing. This makes no sense. Why would she have me get the kids? It was our eldest's first day. Why is she out tonight? Doesn't she want to see him? I panicked because it was also the kids' first day at the after-school program and I knew I'd be late. I called my wife. No answer. She knew I was picking them up. Why would she ignore my call? Wait, she's going to a hotel before golf. Am I stupid? Nothing's going on. I feel so weird.
Okay, what does that mean? Oh, he was like, wait a minute. She's going to a hotel.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on.
I feel so weird. In traffic, I pulled out my phone again, hating what I had become with this location tracking.
Why is she doing all of this when she knows that you have her location?
Yeah, that's a silly goose move.
Silly goose.
Her location was at a hotel in the city where she works and where we live, further from the golf course than one would expect. There's no way she's there with her boss. If she is, I bet they're all there at the bar. Sure, OP. But why a hotel? Great question. I called the aftercare number because I couldn't reach my wife. The staff said no need to panic. The kids would be fine. Just take my time. Coincidentally, my GPS had me exiting right near the hotel she was at. As I continued closing in, 10 minutes late for pickup, and stupidly watching her location while driving, her location started moving. She was leaving. By some wild stroke of chance with the traffic jams, the particular hotel and my route, she drove by in the opposite direction, getting onto the highway.
Oh, wait, like you saw her pass you?
Yeah. Panicking, I didn't see her car or her bosses. I was trying not to drive off the road. I missed her. Oh, okay, so maybe you saw her location go.
Yeah, I think so.
She must have been in that room for an hour. Denial and guilt set in. I felt awful for tracking her, but tried to justify it through the horrible feelings inside me. I picked the kids up late, still frazzled and terrified that this could be real. She still hadn't called me back. My kids felt so dependent in my hands, and I was terrified for them. Finally, she texted back after we got home. I sent her a picture of us hanging out. Her response, gosh, I love you guys.
Liar.
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 Before bed, the kids and I FaceTimed her, something we don't typically do. I wanted to, so she couldn't avoid showing me who she was with. She answered. They were at a bar, but her boss wasn't there, it seemed. Maybe she really was at the hotel with her female coworker. Then one of my kids asked, where is so-and-so? You know, the guy that gives them snacks when they visit. The camera panned, and there he was.
No.
Grinning, waving at my kids.
He's been there the whole time.
He's been there the whole time, and she purposely didn't show him at first.
She was trying to keep him out of the shot.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. We said goodnight, and she came home an hour later. She was so thankful I handled everything, made dinner, and put the kids down. She told me how much she loved me, and we had spicy sleep. I felt so messed up, violated. 3 days later, my wife and I woke up on a Sunday morning. We had plans to take the kids hiking. She immediately rolled over to her phone and then quickly left for her morning run. I turned on her iPad, one we share for music. An update had run the night before. As I opened Apple Music, a text notification popped up. It was an emoji-filled message from her boss. Good morning, bae. It's a beautiful day for a run. I tapped it without thinking. It opened another message revealing that she had texted him as soon as she woke up. Panic set in. I deleted the message, but I had seen the smoking pew-pew. Fear, disgust, and violation flooded me. When she returned, I asked her, what's going on with you and your boss? She looked shocked. What? Nothing. He's my boss. He's almost 60. I told her I saw the text. She said, bae is just something we all call each other, and he and I are in a friendly Apple Watch competition. I told him I was going to run. I walked away, regretting not waiting to catch more. I didn't want to keep spying, though. I was desperate for her to come clean. We awkwardly drove to our hike. She was weird the whole time. We finished a quiet hike with the kids. They passed out on the ride back, and I brought the morning text message up again. I told her that it was unaliving me and that the fact someone texted her first thing on a Sunday morning said everything about what was on his mind. She immediately agreed it looked bad, having clearly thought about it all day. She denied that anything was going on, though. Later that night, we talked again over a bottle of wine. I hoped it might bring more out, but no luck. Just more denial and reassurance of no wrongdoing. Almost 3 weeks later, everything collapsed.
Yeah, I mean, it's been collapsing for a while.
Yeah.
Like, all of the foundations are just eaten away at.
It's been like Jenga this whole time. Taking out
Yeah.
one little bit, and then now,
It's just like,
final piece. Yep. I woke up that Saturday with the gut-wrenching visions of my wife with someone else. It was the morning of one of the biggest events my company hosts all year, and I couldn't shake the thoughts. The hotel incident had been unaliving me for weeks. My wife left for the gym with our kids, something that we used to do together, and I left for work. In the chaos of setting up a major event, all this was boiling inside me. I wanted to know the truth. I tried to do something I'd been waiting to do for almost 3 weeks. I called the hotel, praying that if I was given any kind of information, it would reveal her female coworker had booked the room. I hung up on the second ring. On second thought, I didn't want to know, or maybe I already did. The next day, Sunday morning, we had plans to go to her brother's for football. I had to run into work to deal with event aftermath. She left for the gym, planning to pick me up later. I started packing up and looked over at her iPad. It was practically screaming at me. Do it. Maybe there's something there. I opened it and sat down, feeling so wrong for doing this, but also knowing I had been so much more wronged. She had figured out how to sign out of iCloud and stop texts from coming in. That was an obvious sign of hiding something. I looked at her boss's contact card and saw she was sharing her location on and off with him the night before. I opened her photo stream. Nothing strange. Then I scrolled to deleted photos. There they were. Underwear photos taken the day after we returned from vacation and the morning before her return to work. I can only assume she sent them to her boss because I didn't get them. This was far out of her typical comfort zone. Then I saw an accidental screenshot of a text exchange with her boss the day before the hotel. The gist was them planning to have lunch or something, surrounded by hearts. The punter from him read, "I've been waiting to see you since last Friday when you left. I'm waiting for you, babe."
Did they all call each other babe in the workplace too?
Doesn't seem very professional to me.
Seems pretty not professional.
Not at all. I checked her browsing history. She had Googled how to say one more day in Spanish. She looked it up on the day of those photos right before returning to work.
En español.
It reminded me of how she used to flirt with me more than 10 years ago. Someone else got to experience that now.
I'm sorry, she flirts with you, but it seems like none of you are Spanish then.
You can probably, well, maybe just the boss.
Well, because it sounds like OP is saying that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how she used to flirt with him by being
sure.
She's like,
Mi
I know Spanish,
amor.
and it's just Spanglish.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like,
She's like,
hmm.
yo quiero un
No, she's like,
Tu amor.
yo wanto you-o.
me amo tu cabeza.
She's like guacamole.
I was like, wow,
guess
she
so.
said the sweetest things
It's
to
like,
me.
it
Exotic.
reminds us of when we were young.
Yeah.
I was absolutely convinced at this point. My 2 months of denial had no fight left in them. My life was about to change forever. I texted a business partner of mine who also happens to be one of the top divorce attorneys in the state. He called me right away. I walked him through what had happened as best I could in a panicked state. He calmed me down and said the only thing to do was to get her alone and put all the cards on the table. After speaking with my attorney, we eventually headed home. Nothing was said. The tension was unbearable. Finally, after I was sure the kids were asleep, I sat and waited in the kitchen. I asked her, "Where is our marriage headed?" I told her that she and her boss had something going on and that the information I had was indisputable. She broke down, but there were no tears. Before admitting anything, she started saying that she had felt disconnect from me this summer. The first incident happened in early June. These had been going on all summer since she started working with him. She went on to say that they spent time together but didn't admit to anything more. I asked her directly, "Have you had spicy sleep with him?" She said no. I asked, "Has anything happened?" Again, no.
Liar.
I pressed further. She finally admitted they kissed. I let it sink in. Where? I asked. She hesitated. After work. Where? I pushed again. She couldn't answer. I said, was it at a hotel? She said yes. Was he there? Yes. Was your coworker there? No. So you went to a hotel with your boss and kissed? Yes, but that was it. We just rented to kiss and hold hands.
We just rented out a hotel
Yeah.
to kiss and hold hands.
That's
you know,
all. Something we can only do behind closed doors.
behind closed doors
With a
and
bed
paying
there.
$100 a night.
Yep, that's all. I told her adults don't go to hotels and kiss. She didn't deny it, but claimed she couldn't bring herself to go through with it. Like that mattered now. Then it hit me. Wait, you asked me to leave my job early to pick up our children from the after-school program at the place you work with this guy so that you could leave early to go to a hotel where you two planned to have spicy sleep on our son's first day of kindergarten.
Not the first day of kindergarten.
Not the first day. My goodness.
She was
Oh,
probably
Lord.
just really nervous.
She's just so nervous.
It's like, oh, what if they don't?
can
What if
handle
the
it.
kids at school are mean
yeah.
to him?
Right.
I gotta have
gonna t-
spicy sleep with my boss.
I'm gonna have
so
to talk
nervous
to my
about
kid's
that.
teacher if I go. The conversation went nowhere but deeper into heck. We went to bed. She cuddled me, and it was disgusting. I felt infected,
Oh, Pee.
violated, ruined, and motionless. I laid awake for 3 hours, then went online searching for success stories of couples who came back from this. There were none. It was all advice about how to accept the situation and move on, regardless of money, kids, or history. I started contemplating divorce, but realized I had been awake all night, shattered and sleepless. She woke and asked what I was doing. I had no answer. Then I asked about the parking lot incident, the one that first sparked my suspicions. She admitted meeting him there, but said that they only talked in the car. Another detail left out. Another lie exposed. While I've lost her, I still have them. Finally, I pulled it together and went downstairs to make coffee. She had no idea what I would do. At one point during the night, I told her I didn't think that I could get over this. Everything we had built together felt like nothing. She said she wanted nothing more than our children, our marriage, and our life. And apparently your boss. She promised to cancel her upcoming business trip to California with him and withdraw from the program that forced them to work closely together. They would now be on opposite sides of the building. None of this really means much to me. The thought of splitting up is more painful than the thought of living with this right now. I can't focus. I can't work. I can't eat. Do I let the dust settle? Do we try to make this work? Is counseling worth a shot? How can I possibly trust her again? This was the cruelest thing ever done to me. It is life-ruining, and she did it without any awareness of that. And you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this one with so much awareness. Just go to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. How can we possibly still be in love? She says she loves me. Are the months of lies worse than the act itself? She definitely had spicy sleep with this man. Of course she did. There is no way she can prove otherwise. Does she need to see a psychiatrist? How did I miss this? This is not the person I married or the person I know. Where did this reckless fool come from? Do I tell the boss's wife? Do I tell her parents, whom I'm close with? Do I inform her work? And that is the end of that story.